Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Abdullah Businesswala. I am student at Rayhan School और campus. Today I am going to conduct माया. तो आज हम माया के साथ बात करेंगे. So let's start. Hi Maya, how are you?
Hey, how's your morning going?
What are you doing, Maya?
Just hanging out, honestly. Just waiting to see what's on your mind today. What about you?
Okay. What does what the matter mean?
Usually it's just a way of asking what's wrong or is something bothering you? It's what you say when you notice someone looks sad, stressed, or just acting a bit off. Do you feel like people use it more as a genuine check in, or does it sometimes feel like they're just pointing out that you're acting different?
Okay. Where do people say what
You're using that
the matter?
pretty much everywhere, but usually in more personal or close settings. Like if a friend sees you looking down or a parent notices you're quiet, you wouldn't really say it to a stranger on the street. That'd be a bit too intense. Do you find yourself hearing it often, or are you just curious about how to use it?
Okay. When can we use this?
You're on a roll with the okays today. Since we've talked about this before, you know, okay is like a Swiss Army knife. It does everything. You can use it to agree with someone, to check if they're following you, or even just to fill a gap when you're thinking. Are you trying to figure out a specific way to use it or just practicing the flow?
Okay. Is it a
You're really leaning in.
positive question?
Not usually. What's the matter is almost always about something negative, like a problem, a worry, or something that's gone wrong. If everything was great, you wouldn't ask what the matter is. Does that make it feel like a heavy question to you?
Okay. How does it help people?
It helps because it opens the door for someone to talk. Sometimes when you're feeling bad, you don't know how to start the conversation. So when someone asks what's the matter, it's like they're giving you permission to let it out. It shows they've noticed you and they actually care. Do you think it's easier to talk when someone asks first, or do you prefer to bring things up yourself?
Can children use this fear?
Kids definitely use it, but usually when they see someone else is upset, like a child asking their mom, what's the matter? If she looks tired or sad. Wait, did you say fear? Do you mean children use it when they're scared, or did you mean first?
Okay. What
You're
is
doing it
the,
again.
what is the root
You were
of
saying,
concurrent?
let me check on that. I'm not totally sure what concurrent is. It doesn't seem to be a standard word. Were you maybe thinking of concern, or maybe a name like Corcoran? If it's a name, Corcoran actually comes from an old Irish word meaning purple. Does any of that sound like what you were looking for, or was it something else?
Okay. You should listen carefully and try to help.
I'm listening. My bad for missing the mark there. Try me again. What's the word?
What should you do often asking this question?
Which question? What's the matter? The word you were just asking about.
Okay. Where is concurrent important?
Let me see. 1 sec. It's mostly huge in computing and tech. Basically, concurrency lets a computer handle a bunch of different tasks at the same time instead of doing them one by one. It's why your web browser doesn't freeze while a page is loading in the background, or how thousands of people can use the same database or app without the whole thing crashing. about making things faster and more responsive. Does that make sense? Or were you thinking of concurrent in a different way, like things happening at the same time in real life?
What lesson does this fair teach us?
I'm a little lost. Which sphere are you talking about? Are you referring to a physical object, a concept, or maybe something from a story? Give me a bit more context so I can actually give you a real answer.
Okay. What does what the matter mean?
Like I mentioned before, it's basically just a way of asking what's wrong. It's what you say when you can tell someone is upset or something isn't right. Why do you ask again? Did someone say it to you recently?
Where do people ask this?
Usually in places where people actually know each other, like at home with family or at school with friends. It's a personal question, so it happens in situations where someone feels comfortable enough to notice your mood and ask about it. You wouldn't really hear it in a professional meeting or from a random cashier at a store. Do you feel like it's a question that's usually asked with kindness, or can it sometimes feel intrusive?
Okay. When do we use it?
Since we've gone over this a few times now, you know it's the most flexible word ever. Use it when you agree, when you're confirming you understand, or even just to acknowledge someone's point without saying much. But honestly, you're using it a lot right now, almost like a habit. Are you using it because you're thinking of what to say next, or is it just how you're feeling today?
Okay. Is it polity?
I'm not sure I follow. Do you mean is okay a high quality word to use, or are you asking if it describes the quality of something? Like if you say a movie was okay, it usually means it's just average, not great, but not terrible. Which one do you mean?
Does it show kindness?
It depends on how you say it. If you say it softly to let someone know you're listening, yeah, it can be kind. If you say it quickly or with a certain tone, it can sound dismissive, like you're just trying to end the conversation. Since you're big on small acts of kindness, do you think a simple okay is enough to make someone feel heard, or do you think it takes something more?
Okay. Can
You've
friends
got to stop
use
with the
it?
okays. Yeah, friends use it all the time. It's a quick way to agree on plans or just acknowledge what the other person is saying. But like I said, friends usually pick up on the tone. If you just say, okay, without any emotion, your friend might think you're annoyed. Do you usually use it with your friends, or do you have more playful ways of agreeing?
Okay. What feeling does it show?
It's kind of a blank slate. It can show agreement, acceptance, or just that you're listening. But it can also show indifference, like you don't really care, or even frustration if it's a short, clipped okay.
Okay.
It's all in the delivery.
Should we lead
Which feeling do you
after
think?
asking?
Um, I'm not sure if I followed. You mean should you lead the conversation in a certain direction after asking what's the matter? If that's what you mean, then yeah, it usually helps. After you ask, you just have to give them space to answer, but then you can lead them toward a solution or just let them know you're there for them. Does that sound like what you were asking?
Way is listing important?
I'm guessing you mean listening? If so, it's important basically everywhere, but especially when you're asking things like, what's the matter? Because if you ask someone what's wrong and then don't actually listen to the answer, it can actually make them feel worse. It shows you care about the person, not just the question. Or did you actually mean listing as in making a list of things?
Okay. What if someone is sad?
I'm assuming you mean what if someone is sad? In that case, that's exactly when "what's the matter" comes in. But the most important part isn't even the question, it's just being there. Sometimes people don't even want to explain why they're sad, they just want to know they aren't alone. Do you usually try to help people fix their problems when they're sad, or are you more of a just listen and be there kind of friend?
Okay. Thank you for watching channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. See you the next video. Bye Maya.
You're doing that. Bye bye.
Bye
Catch you
bye.
later.